Good morning, fellow stampers and crafters. It is Nemi Batstone here, and I am here from my creative studio called Nemi's Crafty Cafe, and it is located in Cooks Creek, Manitoba, just 20 minutes northeast of Winnipeg. I'm gonna make sure I'm working here. Yep, I'm good. Okay, so we're supposed to be expecting a storm last night and it never came, but it could be because I'm northeast, so I'm wondering if it's snowing or you going through a storm from wherever you are. So don't forget to like, comment, and share. Let me know where you're from, let me know the weather, because I am curious about the weather. My kids were hoping for a snow day today and the schools were prepared for it, but you know, there's nothing. The wind's not even blowing, so I'd love to know what the weather is like where you are. Good morning, Shell. So today is What's Up, Stampin' Up. It's Humpday INKspiration, and we got a lot of inking to do. So it's a special day because we just launched a 3-day only 72 hours of free shipping, and I will tell you, I was up early at 1 o'clock today, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. this morning to place an order for crop. Had to refill all my card stock so that it's ready for prize draws and whatever else we do at crop. So, and why not save on shipping? And plus apply my discount. So that is what's happening. And that is what's happening today at Stampin' Up. So hopefully you take advantage, and if you order with me and place your $100 or more, you have the opportunity to get the product of the month. But I'll also send you a surprise gift of 24 sheets of 6x6 designer series paper, and to add to your collection and hopefully use. Good morning, Christine. How are you today? Is it snowing in Winnipeg? I'd like to know. I don't live there and I don't plan on going there today, So here we are today. I'm just going to add this link in here in the comments so we all have it. And just letting you all know that my upcoming Mega Stamp Camp is coming up in March, and I wanted to share it with you all here. And it is going to be a fun one. We've all shared our 12 designs, our 12 projects. And then we have 3 more bonus ones, plus you get this week. So really you're getting 12 plus 3 plus, you're getting 19 projects. So that's pretty special and pretty awesome. And you should have plenty of paper to work with. Cardstock, DSP, etc. So homemade sweetness, it is not available right now, which is why I'm trying to push everybody to order now, because as of March 3rd, it will be available. So then I'll start kitting, and I'll start kitting for you. So this is the designer series paper that you get. It comes with 6 coordinating, or it does coordinate with 6 colors. But you know, there's another thing you should also know that's coming up for anybody that is more of a scrapbooker than a card maker, which I'm looking forward to creating, is this Made with Sweetness bundle as well. So this one is coming out at the same time and comes with these gorgeous dies. So these dies are meant to make recipe cards. So you have the big one with the little tab up there, and then you also have a mini one for recipes. And then look at these dies. I don't even know how big is this strawberry. Let me double check. Because I'm looking forward to creating a scrapbook page with this. And it is that's about 1.5 inches. So 1.5 inches by, it's a 1.5 inch square. So that's pretty wicked. So I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you. In case you're a demonstrator, you can get these now. So there we have it. So I'm also offering an in-person. So if you want, you can come in to my place on March 21st and create along with me, so you're not crafting alone. Or invite some friends over and get crafty and share and have an afternoon of it. It is a 2-day event, but I know you'll enjoy it. So today I thought I would today I thought I would share with you what some fun stuff you can do with this set again. So I think people get confused because they can't get over this huge jar that is included with the stamp set. Like, it's massive, and then you have all the regular size stuff. This is the lid that goes over top it, so it is quite large. But I wanted to show another twist. So these are one of the card designs it has created. So like I said, we have lots of inking or stamping to do. Okay, so let's begin making this card. So in the pre-order, which you don't see, only we see as demonstrators, they used a leaf embossing folder, but I don't have that one. So I'm using pressed flowers. And I chose pressed flowers because I like the pattern. Also, it's on last chance. It's currently $9 instead of $15. So if you're looking to get to that $100 mark, this is a fun one. So we're just going to take our basic white. And normally what we do is we line it up along the bottom here. But then you can see I get a lot of white there, and I don't want that much white. So I'm going to flip it because it's upside down. And I'm going to push this, my white cardstock, to the top as much as I can. Not too much because I know I still have to trim this because this is way too big. So I'm going to go right about there, so then I get less white space happening around there. I wonder if I turn off, I'm not even going to touch it. Okay, so that is what it looks like. Okay. And so we're just going to run that through our emboss and cut machine. So I'm not going to lift the camera and move it over, but it's pressed flowers, so I think it's 3D. It feels like it's not 3D. So we're just going to sandwich it between two plates and put that onto our big boss, the emboss and cut machine. Yeah, it's just two plates. So it's not a 3D, so you don't need your gray. You don't need your gray one. Okay, so I just embossed it, and then I'll pull it out. And ta-da! That is what it looks like. Looks like I got a lot of brightness going on here. Okay, so I'm going to put that away. So that is our embossed. And I'm just going to see if I can get a little less light. No, that's worse. That's worse, eh? Just lots of shadows going on because it's not as bright today. So then I had to turn on a few lights. Okay, so that's that. But it's also too big because I know I cut this at 4 1/4. So this is 5 1/2. So I want a little bit showing. So I'm just going to go 5 3/8. So that is 2 tick marks smaller. So I'm not doing your standard 1/4 inch removal. I'm just doing your 1/8 removal. And then we're going to rotate it. So 4 1/4 minus 2 tick marks, which is 4 1/8. So I'm going to cut that piece, and there you have it. So now we're just slightly smaller than our card base. So if I was to pull out my card base here, oh, that feels like it's a little close, eh? Let's move up a bit. It's like, oh, super close. No snow yet. See? Where is that snow? Maybe it's just gonna hit the south like it usually does, right? So then we're gonna fold that over, burnish our edge so it's nice and flush, and then now you'll see that it should be 1/8 inch smaller, and it is perfect. Okay, so we're gonna put those two aside for now because we're done, and then we're gonna get our stamping going on. Okay, so I have one of the dies that is one of the sentiment shapes. I can't remember which one we used yesterday, so I'm using this one because that's the one they cased in the samples. And then I die cut 5 of those. So here are the 5 flowers that I've die cut. So I had to go through twice. So actually I ran it through 5 times because I had to do 2 cards. And then we're going to need the strawberry and the blueberry. So let's do those first because this one's heat embossed. So I just wanted to show you how I colored mine. So I have, I don't know if I should use light or not, but I have strawberry slush and then I have real red light. And so I go in with my strawberry slush just to color this in. So then I have a base. So you always want to go in according to my, you know, certified Copic instructor Wendy. You want to go in with a light, like really, technically you're supposed to use, I think she said basic gray or smoky slate. Then that gives you that base and helps make it more 3D. And it does change your color a little in a good way. But I'm going in with, and I don't care if I miss a few spots, strawberry slush. And then I'm going to come in with my real red light. Good morning, Margaret. So I'm showcasing Homemade Sweetness, which is my upcoming Mega Stamp Camp. It's not available yet. It is a pre-order, and I'm introducing it because I want to make sure you all sign up by March 2nd. So that way I can get your stuff as soon as it goes live. Okay, so I'm taking my light, and here, I'll just show you. So where I see, you're supposed to think of where the light would shine on the strawberry, but I just look at where my patterns are and where I think it should go. And I'm going to add some up here, and then in a weird streaky line, I'm going to go down here and to the edge and to the side. So I'll just give you a quick close-up of that so you can see I went there and I made a weird bing that way. So now I'm going to take my dark strawberry slush. Oh, I want the tip end. You love this card so much. Not watching, I just turned to look. Yes, it's gorgeous. So, you know, I think people get really stumped when they see that big, huge jar and you don't see what the other potential is with all the other stuff, right? The other stamps. So that's what I want to show you. So there, so now I've added the dark. Now you see where that light is. So I'm going to go in with my light strawberry slush and just blend it all together. So, I mean, you can leave it like this because some strawberries come in like that, right? Some of them even still have the kind of yellowy tip, right? So all I'm doing, this is risque because I might slip. So I'm just going to come in on the other side. And then there. So as it dries, you'll start seeing the light and then the dark and the darker, right? So there we go. Okay, now let's try that with blueberry. So with blueberry, I've got Balmy Blue and Blueberry Bushel. Oh, I was so sad. The Blueberry Bushel's a returning one, so I was so sad when it left. And then it came back. I was like, oh, thank goodness I saved my stuff. So, because I just love it, literally, for the blueberries. There is an old set, which I'm going to bring out tomorrow for Throwback Thursday. I believe I still have it. And it has blueberries and strawberries, and I'm going to show you a really fun technique with those. It's going to take a lot of strawberries. Okay, so I'm just being careful around that top of the blueberry just because it's a little tight. So good thing we have a fine tip. Okay, and we're just cleaning this up here. So this morning I received the last package for crop. The last package for everybody's welcome kit. It said it was supposed to come tomorrow and it didn't. It came early. It's like Christmas. So I'm super excited. So now we're just going to go in with our dark. And the nice thing about Stampin' Up is they give you these weird lines, and that's to help you color. So we're just going to go in here, and I love how you use capital letters, Shell. Oh, it's so funny. And we're just going to color that in there. Now, sometimes I'll do the lighter Balmy Blue, and they'll have and leave that little bit of shading in there. And then since this one's facing, I'm going to make this blueberry a little darker. Sorry, because it's so small, I'm using the other tip. And then I might just go around the edges here. Every blueberry that you color is going to be different. Anything you color is going to be different. So then I'm going to come in again with the light. And then we're just going to blend that. So you know what? I'll leave a few spots light. Because the more layers you put in with blends, the darker it will get. Okay, so I'll leave it so you can see it. Okay, so there you go. So you can see how there's those little light spots I didn't color in. Okay, so now I'm going to take my balmy blue and I'm just going to color in the whole top. I don't really care if it blends with the other color because it's so dark you don't even see it. So then those are the leaves on the blueberry, and then I'm going to take the dark blueberry bushel and just color in those centers so that it shows it's darker. No blending required on that one, and that's my finished product right there. The name of the embossing folder is Pressed Flowers, and it is on sale for $9. So you definitely want to pick that one up to get to your $100 in free shipping. And receive a gift from me. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with, what did I pick here? Granny Apple. So I'm going to use light Granny Apple. And I'm just using this end, the ballpoint end, rather than the fine tip end, because my fine tip end is already ruined. And it also is just quicker with these little leaves. So I'm going to take my dark and I'm going to color in the top part of the stem and then bring it down a bit so it's partial. Now again, this has lines, so you could follow those lines like this and just go over top, or you could extend it if you'd like all the way through, or you could just color the whole section in practically. And then, I don't know, same here. You could do both. Go all the way one side and color in that section. So then we're just going to come in with our light and just blend that all in. I'm just focusing on the edges, not so much the whole image itself. So just coloring those edges there. So then I still have a bit of the light. Okay, so there you have it. That is how I did. And you can see here how the strawberry is dark on one side, lighter. Now, if you're like, oh, I don't like that, I want it darker. Well, then just add another layer. That's how that works. You're welcome, Margaret. No problem. Okay, so let's put these all aside for now. And then we got to die cut these. So I've already done my share. So I've got 3 here and I need a 4th. And then I got 2 here and then I need the 3rd. So then that gives us 7. So that is a nice odd number. So I'm just going to cover these up and hold them in place. And I'm going to grab my berries and hold it in place. Yeah, so you gotta, it's going to be fun to wait till you see the other projects that Dee created and Rachel. So it's kind of funny because we kind of have the same style, but not. So it's kind of neat to see how we've taken the product and just done, you know, different things with it. So I'm excited to share it. And like I said, on the 21st, even the 22nd, if you want to, you're more than welcome to come here and craft along with me and create the projects. And, you know, we'll probably, it starts at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, so you probably need to be here around 9:30. And then we got 6 projects to do that day because it's 12, so 6. Plus you got a make and take, or sorry, a mystery challenge. My mystery challenge is, I'm in charge of the mystery challenge, so I have a cute fun fold for you. Oh, did I just give it away? So, it'll be fun. Anyhow. So I'm just running these 2 through my mini to save time, because they're small. So I just ran it through the mini emboss. and cut machine. So this will be our third strawberry. And then we just need our blueberry. Yeah, me too, Shell. I'm the same way. Although lately, I must admit, I have not been doing that. I have not been coloring and fussy cutting while we watch a movie or something. Because my husband's been obsessed with puzzles. So he's been pulling out, every year at Christmas, we get a puzzle. And so we have a huge collection. So he's been pulling out puzzles from before. And so it's so tempting because it just sits there. It sits there on the card table, and I'm like, right in front of the TV, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm coloring I'm going to play and add more pieces. So I've been restricting myself to 7 pieces a day so that I don't fall into the trap of sitting there and wasting 2 hours doing a puzzle versus coloring and fussy cutting, die cutting. Anyway, it's not a waste. Either way, it's not a waste. Okay, so I've got Love You Very Much. I've done all my powder is coming up. So my embossing buddy powder to make sure it's not full of stickiness, grease from my hands. And then I'm going to grab my tweezers here. So I just embossed it. And now we're going to dip it in gold. Make sure I'm not. Here. So don't forget to share and like, because when you do, other people end up reaching out, and then I get more members joining, especially on YouTube too, which is amazing. My subscription goes up, and that's my whole point, is to not only inspire all of you, but inspire others. And, because, hang on a sec. Sarah Douglas's goal is to cure loneliness. It's just a very big one. So they've been doing a lot of changes to really drive people to craft together. Lot of changes towards that, and she's all about family and bringing people together, and I love it. And that's kind of like my why. Part of the reason I craft is it soothes my soul and relieves my stress. But the other thing that I thrive on most is being with people, crafting with people, and sharing. I don't like to craft alone. I'd rather craft with others. So, I go to as many crafts as I can afford. And then I host 2 to 3 a year, so that way I can be with all of you. So it's important to me. So I hope you feel this. I hope that you find that my goal is working. And that is why I always ask you to share as much as you can on your social. Okay, I think we have everything. So let's get this going. So then the next thing we want to do is add a couple strips of white. So I'm going to pull out my Terran tape. They actually have it wrapped around the card base. I'm just choosing not to. I prefer not to do that. So then we're just going to flip it over here, and I'm going to add a piece of tear tape here and a piece of tear tape here, because you all know I'm frugal, and this is pretty much 5.5 inches. So if I wrap this around twice, I'm losing 11 inches of ribbon, or twine at this point, or thread, because I think that's a waste. So I'm going to go like this, and then across, and across, and cut. I've got some dirt on my fingers, so I want to make sure it doesn't go on this, because it's all white card. White with very vanilla label. I would never have thought of that. So, thank you, Stampin' Up. Oops. So it didn't stick very well, so I'm going to push that one down again. And I just want to make sure we're close together as much as possible. I didn't think so, because look, I'm not even close here. So let's pull these together a bit more. Oops, it didn't stick. Now it did. And then I'm gonna wrap and drop. Okay. Now to make sure that stays, I'm just gonna, this is just white twine from our basics kit, which comes with 5 colors, I believe. Oops, that didn't work. So I'm just gonna add another piece over top to just make sure that doesn't fly off while we're sitting here. It'll hold when we put it in place, but right now it's not going to. Okay, and then we're gonna need this nice big bow here. So I'm gonna take my thread again, but I think I'm trying to decide if I should put it behind this or if I should just put it here. Maybe I'll put it behind. So I'm gonna grab my tear and tape again. And I'm gonna put my piece here. Oh, it's a little too long. So let me grab my glue scissors and stick that there. And I'm gonna make a bow without making a bow. I think I've showed you that. So I'm gonna make a figure 8 on this side, a nice big figure 8, because I want it big. I think they had it really big. So I'm gonna go like this, and then loop, or twist. And I want it nice and big, so I'm just gonna hold that here, let it go around my finger and crisscross applesauce. And then we're gonna do the same again. Crisscross applesauce on this side, using my finger as a guide. And we're just gonna twist. And then we get this crazy ugly mess on the back that no one ever sees. And then we're gonna trim it. I'm gonna use my ribbon scissors because when I use others, it just doesn't work very well. Good morning, Kathy. Thank you for joining me. Okay, so we're gonna cut this off. So tonight I have this big virtual event. It's called 4,000 Canadians Strong, and it's put on by our, they changed their name. They used to be called DDM, District Demonstrator Manager, but now they're District, it's snowing. What are they called now? It's Success Manager, I think is what it is. So anyway, our DDM, or Genco, she gave us a challenge to sign up during October to have us hit 4,000 new members across Canada. Now remember, Canada's pretty big and it's got tons and tons of people, even the Lonan. I always tell everybody, we're like, oh, well, there's all these great design demonstrators in Winnipeg already. And I'm like, there's over 1 million people in Manitoba. We all can have our own group of crafters. So it doesn't matter. Anyhow, she's giving us a celebration party tonight virtually. So I'm curious to know, and it's on Facebook, which is smart because can you imagine over 7,000 people, or let's just say 50%, 2,000 go on a Zoom call? How does that work? Right? Oops, I just realized. Okay, when you do this, make sure you try and put all your dimensionals closer to the middle because we got to do some tuckings. Let's see if I can move this. I forgot. We got to tuck in those blueberries and strawberries. And we don't want to be too close. I'm just going to leave that one because it's a mini. So I'm going to put that in the center. I think that's the middle. Good morning, Barb. Hey, guess what? Last package came. It's a day early. But I won't see you tonight. No bingo for me tonight. So sad. It's 2 weeks in a row. I'm having FOMO. Okay, so let's grab all of our goodies. I'm going to grab my cheat sheet here to make sure I'm good. And we're going to put these on. So we're going to need dimensionals, and we're also going to need some mini glue dots because we're going to tuck and place. So I've got one of the flowers, and I'm gonna use a mini glue dot, and I'm gonna tuck this one in behind one of the strawberries. Okay, so I'm pretty much just gonna start from the top here and go around. Okay, so I'm gonna tuck one here on the side of this strawberry, and the reason is because I know this strawberry is flush, so it's gonna lay flat. I'm gonna put these away and grab my adhesive. So then now I'm gonna just grab my liquid glue, and I'm just gonna add some glue here, and we're gonna tuck that underneath like so, right about there. No perfect location required. Okay, and then we're gonna grab a blueberry, can't even say it. And we're gonna use 2 minis, one there and one there. And pull those off, dump those in my dump tray here. I'm right-handed, so I need to make sure that that's near my right side. There you go. And then we're gonna tuck those underneath this guy, our sentiment. And I'm just overlapping that twine, okay? And then we're gonna add a mini glue dot behind this one as well. And we're gonna tuck it underneath the blueberry. Somewhere around there. Actually, I'm gonna put it down here. And I lift it under the string. There. Okay, and then we need another blueberry. Blueberry. Yum, I think I'll have blueberries. Oh, we don't have blueberries in the house today. Okay, and then I'm gonna stick that one right there. So it's touching the label, but not really there. And then I grab a flower, and then again, add another glue dot behind it. Just adding it to the top, and I'm gonna tuck that underneath that one. So got little clusters, right? So in all, we're 12 pieces, but when you put it together, it doesn't look, it'll go odd once we add our trinkets. Okay, so now we need another strawberry, which is gonna then tuck underneath there. So I'm gonna use a big one up here, and I'll use a small one. I know I'm gonna tuck a strawberry underneath, so. Oh, wrong side. I should be opposite. There. So this is gonna go under the ribbon and tucked underneath. I can feel a dimensional that I'm hitting, so that's as far as I can go. And then this one I'm just gonna glue and stick underneath. So we'll add our adhesive. And then we're gonna just tuck that one underneath there and underneath the ribbon. Okay? Like so, and then we're gonna add a flower. So I've got clusters, right? And I like using mini glue dots. Others may like to just use drops of glue, but go ahead. Whatever works for you. There's my other one. And then now we just need the 2 blueberries at the top. Okay, so one of them is glued. So I'm just gonna add adhesive. I mean, I think it's glued. It's hard to tell, but I'm going to glue it. And right about there. And then this one we're gonna add dimensionals to. So I really hope you're enjoying and liking this card. If you are, feel free to heart it. Add a heart emoji. And then this one's gonna overlap here. So I'm just covering the top and then kind of spreading it so that we have a little bit more flow around the sentiment, and it's making the sentiment stand out. So that's why. Okay, and then I'm just gonna add another one, last flower up there. Okay, that is all our pieces. Now the fun part. So I'm sure you forgot about this. but this is in the annual catalog, and these are little bumblebee trinkets. They are so adorable. They went on back order so many times. They're quite heavy, and you can see them here. They're just stunning. These are not on last chance, thank goodness. They are still available. So I like to use mini glue dots. Again, you can use your liquid glue, but I'm preferring to use minis. So we're going to add a few of these instead of using like dots or circles. So I'm going to put one up here, and it doesn't matter which direction they're going. You want some that are going away and you want some that are going towards. So don't feel obligated. Put one up there. And then we're going to add two at the bottom. Oops. Almost lost it. So this one is going to fly, I don't know, let's just say, yeah, we'll put one flying towards, oh, it's a little high. And then we'll put one flying and facing the strawberry, let's say. So we'll put one down there. And we need one more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then our fifth one. Okay, so there's our fifth. Love it. And just like that, you have a beautiful card. And last but not least is just to put it right on top. So I'm going to put this flat. I think they did theirs with dimensionals, but I'm going to prefer to do mine flat. Really, it's your card. So whatever you prefer. Yeah, it is, right? And the bees kind of like, you know, because they pollinate the leaves and the flowers, it kind of makes sense versus using, put my initial in the middle there, versus using just, you know, a round embellishment. I think we forget we have those cute little trinkets. We have those. And then we have the hearts. And then don't forget the shakers. Like, those are great too. I'm not a fan of putting dots of little glue and putting tiny little shakers all over, but they are definitely great for shaker cards. Okay, so we only have like 1/8 of an inch, so I'm trying to make sure we're even. So now I'm just gonna flip that over and press where I can, because I added glue kind of everywhere, and plus it's a little, it's textured from the pressed flowers. So, and there you have it. That is our card. So can you believe that that came from the Filled with Sweetness stamp set, right? Like, that big jar is what really, I think, freaks people out. But you can see, you can definitely go above and beyond that by using the other pieces in there. So this was my original, and then this is my after. So here I just made my bows way prettier than that there. But it's pretty much the same, I'd say. The only thing that changes is what my blueberries and strawberry coloring looks like. So I hope you've enjoyed that. And I hope you take advantage of free shipping. Don't forget to share this beautiful card or this video. So then that way more people can learn to craft as well and be inspired. And I will see you tomorrow for Thursday. We're going to throw it back, and I'm going to see if I can find that old strawberry stamp set. And it comes with a punch, so I think that's the favorite. And I'm going to have to do some coloring tonight. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you, Shell. I'm so glad you think it was a great live today. So remember, this one is going in the draw. So I'm going to put this one because it's a lot nicer than my original, just because of the bow. I really don't like that bow. And you've already had 3 cards this week, so looking forward to seeing who's going to win the draw. Thank you, have a great day, and happy stamping.